Mo10Ao5s. What is this? Some blinder code? No. Mo10Ao5s, or mean of 10, average of 5s, is a new kind of metric I've been using to track my solves. So the thought process behind this is that I don't really think tracking like average of 5, average of 12, average of 50, average of 100, average of 1,000 is the best way to know what you average, because when you do competitions, you're not thinking about like doing the next solve to roll your average of 100 to something lower. When I practiced a lot of like big averages, like thousands, I would just be doing solves and looking at the average of 1,000 counter and trying to make that go down. So my mindset wasn't very focused on average of 5, which is what we do in competition. So the way I started practicing now is a mean of 10, average of 5. So what I do every day is I do 5 solves in CS timer, and I'd like think about it as if it's a competition and that's the only 5 solves I'm going to get. Then I delete the session in CS timer, but I remember the average of 5, and then I type that average of 5 into Excel. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. It'll make a bit more sense. So usually what I do is I hook up the stack mat to the computer so it records it by itself. But let's say I'm doing a 3x3 session and we're starting right now. So let's say I got a 6.78, and then I got a 7.23, and then I got a 5.97, and then I got a 6.44, and then I got a 6.66 Rami Spahi. So the average that makes is 663, sub Bill Wang by 0.01, ha ha ha. And then what I do is I open up Excel, I type in 663, enter, right? And then I switch back to this. I Alt D, reset all times in session, gone. Now my mindset is completely reset, and I do another average of 5. Say this time I'm really feeling it. I got a 578, I got a 602, I got a 619, I choke and get a 15, and then I get a 611. Oh, okay, 611 average, that's pretty good. So I switch back to here, Excel, 611, enter. So I keep doing this, and then I flip back to here, of course, Control D, delete all the 5 times, and then I go back here. So it's like keep doing this, and then more times. These are all averages of 5. You got to consider that. Let's say I mess up and I get a Bill Wang. Let's say I get a Kian Mansour. Let's say I get a Philip Vire. And let's say last average of 5, I'm really feeling myself, I get a Felix Zemdegs. Okay, so at this point, these are all averages of 5, is that I'm switching back and forth between CS Timer and Excel just to track my averages of 5. And now this is 10 numbers, but it's actually 50 solves because each of these is an average of 5. Then I can look at this, highlight it, and then that'll tell me average 6.37, and that average is a mean of 10 because it's taking the mean of 10 numbers, but those 10 numbers are each averages of 5. So my mean of 10 averages of 5 is 6.378. And what that means is over 10 simulated rounds of 3x3, this is what I average. And I personally think this is a way better measure of what you average, and it's a better way to practice actually, just because it deletes, or like it disregards the correct number of solves, so you don't have to worry about like average of 100 getting rid of top 5%, bottom 5%. It'll delete exactly like 40% of the solves because fastest and slowest don't really matter when you're solving officially. And since they're all separated and you're in the correct average of 5 mindset, I think this is a way better indicator of how you're likely to perform in competition. So I definitely recommend practicing like this. I don't think doing hundreds of solves without really resetting your mind into thinking about average of 5 is that beneficial. I think this is a way better competition simulation, a way better metric. Yeah, just try it out and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.